children. As we start our story today, the Israelites are camped in the desert plains of Moab, beyond the Jordan at Jericho. Now in Moab lived a king named Balak, and he was afraid of the Israelites. After all, there were so many of them, and they had been winning their battles. When this king heard that the Israelites had come out of Mitzrayim and were camped near him, he was afraid that he wouldn't be able to beat them in a battle because they were so strong. But not far away, there was a gifted man named Balaam, who lived in another town near a river. King Balak sent some messengers to go and ask Balaam to curse the Israelites for him. His messengers took some money so that they could pay Balaam to curse the Israelites. When they arrived, Balaam told them to spend the night there and wait whilst he talked with Yahweh. Well, that night Elohim came to Balaam and asked him who the men were. Balaam said that they were sent by King Balak, who wanted Balaam to curse the Israelites for him. But Elohim told Balaam not to curse the Israelites because they were a blessed people. When Balaam got up in the morning, he went to the king's messengers and told them that he could not curse the Israelites because Yahweh would not allow it. So the messengers went back to King Balak and told him what had happened. But King Balak was a stubborn guy, so he sent different messengers to go and see Balaam. They gave him compliments to try and sweet-talk him into going with them. But Balaam knew what they wanted and said that even if King Balak gave him a house filled with silver and gold, he would not do any more or less than what Yahweh his Elohim had told him to do. But instead of sending them away, he asked the messengers to stay the night so that he could talk with Yahweh again. Once again, Elohim came to Balaam at night and said that he could go with the men, but that he must only do what Elohim spoke to him. Elohim wasn't really glad that he was going with the men, but when morning came, Balaam saddled up his donkey and went with them anyway. As they were riding along the road, a messenger of Yahweh came and stood right in front of the donkey, blocking its path. When the donkey saw the messenger standing there with a sword, she turned off the path into a field. Balaam hit her to try and get her to go back on the path. But the messenger of Yahweh stood in a narrow place in front of them, so that they could not get past. The donkey saw the messenger again and leaned against a wall, which squished Balaam's foot, so he hit her again. The messenger moved even further ahead and stood in another narrow place, so that they could not pass. When the donkey saw the messenger there, she completely stopped and lay down. By this time, Balaam was quite upset that the donkey was stopping, and he hit her again with his staff. Right away, Yahweh opened up the donkey's mouth so she could talk. Ha! A talking donkey? That's pretty unusual if you ask me. And Balaam could understand everything she was saying. She asked Balaam what she had done to deserve being hit 3 times. Balaam said some mean things to the donkey, but the donkey reminded him that he had ridden her many times and that she had never acted like this before. Suddenly, Balaam's eyes were opened so he could see the messenger standing there with a sword. He was taken by surprise and bowed down. The messenger of Yahweh wanted to know why Balaam had hit the donkey and told him that he was being reckless. The messenger said that he would not have hurt the donkey and let Balaam know that he was not happy with him. Well, Balaam admitted that he had done wrong and asked the messenger to let him go back. The messenger said that he could go with the men, but that he must only speak what he was told to speak. Now King Balak heard that Balaam was finally coming, so he went out to meet him. Balaam told the king that he could only say what Elohim told him to speak. The next day they went up to a high place together, where they could see the Israelite camp. Balaam told Balak to build 7 altars so they could offer 7 bulls and 7 rams to Yahweh. Then Balaam told the king to wait by the offering whilst he went to talk to Yahweh. Yahweh gave him some words to say, so he went back to King Balak and told him that he could not curse Israel because Yahweh had not cursed them. He even said that he wanted to be blessed like the Israelites. Now remember, King Balak had hired Balaam to curse them so that he could beat them in battle. But instead, here was Balaam blessing them even more. Balak was not happy. That was not exactly the ending he'd been hoping for, so Balak tried again. He took Balaam up to a different place, to the top of Pisgah, in order to curse the Israelites from there. Again they made 7 offerings, and Balaam went to go talk with Yahweh. When he came back, he blessed the Israelites yet again. He said that because Yahweh had blessed the Israelites, he could not reverse it, and that there was no sorcery or divination that could come against Israel, because Yahweh was with them. Well, Balak told Balaam to stop talking. He took him up to a different place, to the top of Peor, and one more time he asked him to curse the Israelites. The 3rd time's a charm, right? Well, the 3rd time was not a charm for Balak. After making 7 more offerings, Balaam decided that was enough. He stood looking out at the Israelites' camp with all their tribes, and he said the words that we still repeat in our services to this very day. How good are your tents, O Jacob, your dwellings, O Israel. In Hebrew, this is called Ma Tovu. Balaam said lots of really good things about Israel, then ended by saying, Blessed is he who blesses you, and cursed is he who curses you. Now King Balak was really mad, but Balaam reminded him that he could not go beyond the word of Yahweh. Only whatever Yahweh spoke, he would speak. He foretold even more good things about the Israelites, and when he was done, both the men left to go home. I don't think the king was very happy with the way things turned out, do you? This is a very good lesson for us to see that Yahweh will take care of us if we follow and obey him. Well, we have come to the end of our story for today. We will see you next time for another exciting Torah portion. Shalom.